Hi, y'all. It's day 2 as I start to prepare for Ray to come home from the hospital. I put a video out on Saturday, and I'm going to save this one for Transformational Tuesday, which will be the actual day that he will be getting out of the hospital. And it was one of the first times that he ever looked at my videos. Because he wasn't a member of My Sister's Keeper, obviously, because he's not a woman. And he did look at Tabby's tips on YouTube, but this time I made him a member so he could see the video. And it was kind of an eye-opener for me because at the end he, of course he's going to critique. And he said, you forgot to tell them some things. So I came back today to tell you some things, and then we'll just have a little bit of a conversation. But I wanted to start this video with reading the 23rd Psalm of David. And it goes, the Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right path for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemy. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. One of the things that David is saying in the 23rd Psalms is that as he goes through his challenges, he knows that God is with him. And even though we're in the valley and the shadow of death is always over us, God comforts him. And in this challenge, because it's a challenge right now, it's an issue of life that I'm going through, that we are going to be going through in the next few months. Because I'm believing that by May, Ray will be back 100%. And one of the songs that we had at our wedding was Share My Life. And so we like Kim. And I had actually given the tickets to my sisters. They don't know this yet, so it's going to be a surprise to them. I told Ray, I said, well, we're not going to be able to go see Kim this time when he comes. And he says, why not? And I thought about, well, it is in May, so I may have to be an Indian giver to my sister. Sorry, girls, but just in case we can't, they still can have the tickets. So on the video that I made yesterday telling you guys what happened and how we got to where we are right now, he told me that I didn't tell you guys 3 things that I needed to say. So I'm going to do those 3 things that he said I needed to say. So we'll be on the same page, because I think eventually at some point he may allow me to show you guys as we go through this journey together, what he's going through and how he's coming back. He said at one point that I missed saying through, but I didn't. He said on the other side of through, which meaning he know this is going to be hard. It's not going to be a cakewalk, but at the end of the day, on the other side of this, we both want to be easy to love. We want to be easy to love through this. So the 23rd Psalms just fell in my spirit to recite tonight on this video, because it was that important that I come back to you guys before he gets home, because tomorrow for me is the preparation day, which will be February the 6th, which will be an actual 1 month since he has had the stroke. So um, I left the hospital the day he wanted me to stay, but I can't be at two places at one time. I can't get the house ready for him to come home and prepare things that he's going to need when he gets here. If I'm at the hospital, I have to realize that at the end of the day, I have to be whole as well. So that means I have to have self-care, and he's going to have to be patient, or we're going to have to be patient with each other, because at the end of the day, we are one. I'm one whole person. He's one whole person, but together we're one. So his concern that I didn't share with you all was that I didn't say that I'm going to have some be have some compassion for him. And so I wrote down a definition of compassion is sympathetic, pity, not pity, but concern is what I want to say, for the suffering or misfortune of others. Having some compassion, some sympathy, and concern for the suffering or misfortune of others. And it's hard to have, it's sometimes it can be hard to have compassion when you think a person is behaving badly. And at one point in this process early on, because I didn't understand how the stroke affected his brain, I was getting angry because he to me he was being unsympathetic towards me. He didn't have compassion toward me about what I was going through, because he was in this situation as well. But as we go through this process, I'm understanding now that his brain, the side that was affected is the side where the emotions are concerned, and the side where he thinks he can do things that he can't do yet. So I have to have a little bit more compassion for him, that we're at this stage where he is dependent a lot on me for things that he can't do right now, even though he thinks that he can do them. So I'm gonna have to slow him down too. So, and that's gonna take some patience on my part. So patience, the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. And I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys. My patience one night with him I was at the end of my rope. And so we're early on in this thing, right? So what that's saying to me is, I know that when I need a timeout, I need to take a time out, because at the time he didn't know what he was doing. And I walked away from him. I was so upset and angry and frustrated. And that's when I threw out to God, why I got to go through this? But when we come to earth for the assignment that's on our life, we come to experience certain things with certain people. And I think the lesson is for us to come out on the other side better than when we came here. And that has to take some compassion, and it's going to have to take some patience, and it's going to even have to take some self-control to sometimes just walk away and understand that I have to take care of me in the process too, because I won't be able to do anything for him if I'm not whole. That's one of the mottos of my sister's keeper, is make sure that my cup is on overflow, because if I'm not full, I will not be able to function and give him what he's needing. So that's even in a love relationship. If I don't love me, I can't love him. So my question to myself is, how much do I love me? And let me tell you, I love Tab. I love me some Tab. So That's how I can love him through this and come out on the other side of this test, come out on the other side of this. And the one thing that I found, and everything that I'm telling you, he said, I failed to mention this when I was talking on the video, is he say, tell them how you found some relief in listening to the spirituals, or worshiping music, because I'm a music lover, a wholehearted. I love all kinds of music, but I find that when I'm in a jam, when I'm feeling like I just lost my best friend, I will find music. Excuse me one second. That's what I'm doing right now. I will find music that helps me through that process. And I have a group that I love. I love this group. It's called Worship Mob Jesus Company. They are some of the best uh, worship music you could find. And I found a song that's called Lay It All Down. And it's a perfect example of what God has done for us by sending Jesus to die for us. He laid it all down. So that we could have an opportunity at immortality. And there is nothing that I can't do in this process, because God has already given me everything I need. Even though we think it's unexpected, he always knew this was going to happen. When Ray and I was in high school, I didn't look at him twice, and he claimed pop that he had a thing for me. Well, he didn't let me know about it. So almost 30 some years later, we're married. We were classmates, and we're at this place. We could have never known that in high school we would be at this place together. Okay, because like he said, I used to run from him. I thought he was gonna be a preacher, and he is. And I said, "Oh Lord, here come Rev." I wasn't nowhere in the Rev realm then. Oh Lord, that is too funny. But at the end of the day, when we go through this, on the other side of this, we want to be easy to love. We want to be easy to love through the process. And I want to be easy to love after the process. I don't want to have no regrets, no anger, no unforgiveness, all those things hanging around in this relationship at the end of the day, because we stood before God. And this is the main reason that I stress this, because we said to God, in sickness and in health, until death do us part. That is my promise. And so as we go through this valley, we have the faith the size of a mustard seed to come out on the other side better, stronger, and whole on the other side of this. And we're laying everything down right now to accomplish that goal. So this is going to show up on Transformational Tuesday. And hopefully this journey that he and I are going on, and that I'm kind of bringing you guys along with, it'll help build marriage relationships. I'm thinking as I go through this and I journal and chart this thing out, on the other side I see a journal that God has given me a while ago called She Is Me. And I know that as I go through this journey, that it's going to map out what God has been saying to me for a long time. She is me. There's somebody out there who has already gone through this, and there's somebody out there that's going to go through this process that I'm going through now. So she is me. And just remember that we are here for service. I don't know how God wants to use us in whatever we're doing. But if it's a service to your husband or yourself, just know that in the process We have to be whole before I can do anything for anybody. You make sure that your self-care is in the mix as a caregiver, because in the process, sometimes caregivers give everything and they end up losing. When I say losing, I mean they pass away before the person that they were caring for, because they've given all, they burned themselves out. And so to keep us or me from getting in that space, in that place, when I need a timeout, I'm gonna take it. When I need to fill myself back up so that I can continue to take care of him, I'm going to take it, because at the end of the day, it still means that I have to have self-care. And we have to focus on what God is saying. So right now, I always want to be in the right now, living in the present, because I don't know what the next second, the next minute holds as we go through this journey. But I know this: on the other side of through, that's his word, on the other side of through, we want to stand together and be able to tell the story of redemption and recovery, repentance and humility, and be able to tell you that we came through this thing and he came back whole, and we both on the other side of this are whole. And it's gonna be a testimony. The test is now. The testimony is coming. So we know that this thing will end well, right? So we'll say right now, it's well with my soul. God is a rewarder of them that seek him. Yes, I know that for a fact. And so I'm gonna let God fight this battle, but I gotta do my part now. I'm not in the fight. I'm in the praying. And like I asked y'all on the other day, to stand, believe, and pray with me, not only for Ray's recovery, but for a whole delivery on the other side of this. This is our baby. This is the new baby that we're going through. I never thought of it like that, but once you transition from one stage in your life to another, it's just like you're birthing a new thing. And I think so that God could use both of us, we are birthing a new thing. His recovery is going to be that, a new thing. It's going to be something that we are going to be able to confess, to testify, and to let everybody know exactly what God has done in our life. So, hey, this is going to be Transformational Tuesday. I love y'all. And hey, why don't y'all do me a favor? As we go through this, most of the videos going to go up on YouTube, and I might share them on Facebook to bring you guys to YouTube with me. But if you watch YouTube, subscribe to my channel. Let's build this up, and let's have y'all follow us through this journey, because I'm believing that by the time it's time for us to go see Kim, Ray will be back up on his feet, and he can walk in this I still call it the Centroplex, y'all. So I'm old, not old, but y'all knew when the Centroplex came, it was a big deal down here for us as we were teenagers. But the Raising Cane, or whatever they call it, I don't know what they call the thing, downtown Baton Rouge. Okay, just keep us in prayer, because I know if prayer's going up, blessings coming down. All right. So as my pastor said, we're taking dominion over this thing. We're declaring, we're receiving what God is going to do for us. So I'm expecting, just like a 9-month pregnancy, I'm expecting God to deliver this thing at the end of the day. I'm expecting a new delivery. So, and as he humbles himself, as I humble myself before God, I know that everything is going to be all right. Okay. So y'all have a fantastic Tuesday, and keep us in your prayers. You pray for us and we'll pray for you. All right. I love y'all. Have a fantastic transformational Tuesday. And you keep looking for your gift that you're putting out into the world. Because I know one thing, we're better together. We're better together in kindness, peace, and love. In Matthew, it says to love your neighbor like you love yourself. So, neighbor, I'm loving you. All right. Like I love myself. Because, girl, I love me some Tab. Let me just tell you. All right. So, Ray and I are going to say thank you. We appreciate you praying for us and keeping us in your thoughts, on your mind. You know, it's easy how fast a month passes by before you know, wow, it's a month already. It's the 6th. And he had a stroke on the 6th, 30 days ago. That's how quick it happens. So I love y'all. Y'all have a great night. Bye.